So today, lads, we're going to be talking about Paige Bueckers and why won't she shoot the ball? That is a major thing. Why won't she shoot? There was a stage in the game where the Dallas Wings were way behind. They were down 33-23. Paige Bueckers, and this is like, by the way, with like 4 minutes to go in the second quarter, 16 minutes into the game. Paige Bueckers hadn't attempted a shot. She hadn't attempted a field goal. She had 0 field goal attempts. Her team was down 10 a quarter and a half into the game. She hadn't taken a shot. She took 8 shots in 30 minutes. She took 8 shots. And yeah, okay, she has 6 assists, or was it 7 assists? 7 assists to 1 turnover. I don't care. This is literally what Paige Bueckers does. Watch this game, trust me. Paige Bueckers comes off a screen. She sees, it's not even a blitz. She just sees a hedge, and she passes the ball to the closest person to her that's open. Doesn't matter who they are. She will pass the ball to 10% from 3 Grace Berger. She will pass the ball to, heck, it could literally be, you could have Tiara McCowan on the 3-point line and she would rather pass the ball on the 3-point line and try to do something than trying to do something. And then when she's stuck, when Paige is stuck, she'll drive to the basket and make a crazy finishing move. But she'll only do that when she's stuck. She started doing a really good job of sealing Kelsey Plum on the inside when Kelsey Plum, with the huge height advantage she had. She only started doing that halfway through the third quarter. Why not from minute 1? She was doing so much damage, and this is why I don't like Paige Bueckers as a player. Because there is a level of skill that Paige Bueckers has. And by the way, I'm saying this right now, and this is probably going to get the part before I say but is going to get cut up, and people are going to be like, oh, this is why I hate Paige Bueckers. Me saying I hate Paige Bueckers because she's so good. No, I hate Paige Bueckers because she has all the skill in the world, but she has the mentality of a 12-year-old who is scared to, 12-year-old playing with 18-year-olds and is scared to make a mistake. Do you know when when you're a kid and it's your very first time and you're like so good at your own age and it's your very first time playing with older people and skill-wise you're still better than them, but you're just scared. You second guess everything, you play a different way. And it's almost like describing Paige Bueckers. Because why is Paige Bueckers shooting the 4th most shots on her team? And you might be saying, oh, but like she's playing like a true point guard. She's not getting anyone open. Yes, her gravity is, but like, I'm sorry. She literally just passes to the first open person. When she comes off any of those screens, she's never trying to curl a blitz. She's not even being blitzed. She's getting flat hedged. It's not even a blitz. It's a flat hedge. Whenever she gets blitzed, half the time when she gets blitzed, she gets the ball stolen off her. But anytime there is any sort of a double or anything towards Paige, she just gets scared and passes the ball to the closest person to her. Which is annoying because Paige Bueckers, she doesn't shoot threes. Why does she not shoot threes? And her fans are the biggest dumbasses I've ever seen. Their argument is, they're like, oh, look, Paige is doing all this and she doesn't even, Caitlin needed 3-pointers and screens to do this. 1, I didn't realize there was a rule in basketball against screens. 2, do people not realize that the ability to navigate the pick and roll is so important because it frees up everything? If you can navigate the pick and roll and you can have a roll target that gets open, you're freeing them. And also, teams a lot of the time have to swing wing help to guard an effective pick and roll. Any pick and roll where the ball handler guards double pressure, the ball handler draws a double team or even any sort of a hedge, especially a hard hedge or a blitz, causes the entire defense to shift, whereas an isolation doesn't. I don't understand. People don't understand basketball, overemphasize isolation and talk about screens it's easy to use screens. If it was easy to use screens, Paige Bueckers wouldn't shit herself every single time she gets hit with even a flat hedge and just throws the ball away. It's easier in the ISO because it's harder to help. So she can go and dribble into her pull-up mid-range shot, which she shoots at a 45% rate, which, is great for a mid-range shot, but I'm sorry. Just because you are way better than average at the worst shot in basketball doesn't make it a good shot. Like, take some layups, take some threes. All you have to do is shoot. I don't know, like 45% from mid. I'm pretty sure she needs to shoot like 29% from three for that 3-point shot to be worth the same amount. And 29% is a terrible percent from three because it's worth an extra point. I think it's 29%. No, it's probably 30%. All she used to do is shoot 30% from three. She doesn't shoot the three ball anymore. When she's open on the amount of time she's wide open on the catch and she dribbles into a pull-up midi. It's the dumbest shit ever. Like, she's not a smart basketball player. I'm sorry. Like, when you have an open shot and you make the extra swing to a Grace Berger who is shooting like 10% in a year from three, that's not a smart basketball play. Like, people equate refusing to shoot the ball with always making the right play. That's not the case. Sometimes when your team sucks, you need to shoot the fucking ball. And she doesn't. This is a team who has lost 15 of their last 16 games. Like, the last game they won was against the Indiana Fever. And the thing is like, yeah, she might end up overtaking Caitlin Clark in points per game. She might end up overtaking Caitlin Clark in points per game. I think she might need to get 0.1 points per game. I think she needs like 23 or 24 points in the last game. But let's not forget, Caitlin Clark, if she had put up 22 points or something, she was going to average 20 a game last season, but she didn't play. Her and Kelsey Mitchell played 5 minutes. She didn't play in the second half. She didn't play. She played like 15 minutes. But Paige is going to have to play 40 in a meaningless game to overtake Caitlin Clark in points per game on the worst team of basketball. She's guaranteed to be the only ever rookie of the year to be on a last place team. She's guaranteed to have the lowest win percentage and the lowest win percentage ever for a rookie of the year. Including, she will have less wins than the rookie of the year in the bubble season, which had 22 games and was Crystal fucking Dangerfield. And I'm saying this right now, is like, you blame, I don't care about the teammates at this stage. You can make the excuses on an individual basis for these. Like, and people are like, oh, Caitlin Clark started off last season badly, but it's like, it took Kelsey Mitchell 20 games or 15 games to get back last season. Kelsey Mitchell was injured through all training camp. It took her 15 games to be Kelsey Mitchell again. She didn't even start at the start of the season last year. So Kelsey Mitchell was not Kelsey Mitchell for a long time last year. And the Fever were still way better than this. Aaliyah Boston was not in game sharpness coming into last season. We all know that. We all saw the difference between her playing on Rival and her not playing. She was in so much better game sharpness this season. So Aaliyah wasn't in game sharpness. Erica Wheeler was Erica Wheeler. I like Erica Wheeler, just didn't fit with Caitlin. Katie Lou coming off having maternity leave was not good. Lexi Hull couldn't hit a shot. Like, this team right here, ironically, this Dallas Wings team had Enrique, had Ty Harris, had Alyssa Smith, who was also on the Fever, had Dejanay Carrington. They had all of these players. Maddie Seegers was there at the start of the year. Louisa Geisel-Suter. Like, this Dallas Wings team should have been better than last year's Indiana Fever team. And I understand they've had injury issues, but there is a big issue when it comes to your star player having zero dog in her. Like, I mean this when I say this, the Dallas Wings would have more wins this season if they replaced Paige Bueckers with Brittany Sykes. I'm not saying Brittany Sykes is better than Paige Bueckers, because if you put Paige Bueckers on the Seattle Storm for Brittany Sykes, I think the Seattle Storm win the championship. That's how much I think Paige Bueckers is. But she has the skill to be all WNBA first team, but she has the mentality of a fourth option. She has the mentality of a second or third option. And it's funny because there are so many players in this league that have the mentality of a first option and the skill of a third or fourth option. And she's the opposite. She is the opposite. She has the mentality of a fourth option. She's been so ingrained. And this wasn't always the case with Paige. If you watch how Paige was in high school, if you watch how Paige was a freshman, something happened to her. And Gino was pissed about it. So it wasn't even the UConn. She has this obsession with quote-unquote efficiency to the extent where she's playing inefficient. Like, I don't care what the spreadsheet says. If you can pass the ball left to a wide open player and they're being guarded and they then have to go ISO, and that works 100% of the time, but they only score 30% of the time. Or you could pass the ball straight down to a player for a layup, but they're being half denied, and that works 60% of the time. So one of every 3 times you're going to turn the ball over, but every time the ball goes in, it's a score. Your points per possession are significantly higher by you chucking the ball, by you throwing the ball inside to a player open or in a better spot. Paige Bueckers would choose for her team to score less points in a possession as long as the turnover doesn't happen, as long as the potential turnover doesn't happen, as long as her stats look okay. She has an obsession with stats, and it's not points, rebounds, assists, because I don't think she cares that much about her points per game. She has an obsession with advanced stats that has affected how she plays the game of basketball. And last night was a testament to that. Watch her coming off flat hedges. She literally just throws the ball to the nearest person beside her. She has an obsession with advanced stats that she refuses to make winning plays ever. She plays the game to not make a bad play rather than make a good play. And all the great things Paige Bueckers does, nearly all the great things Paige Bueckers does are by complete accident. Late in the shot clock, and she just says, screw it, I have to get a shot up. And she'll do something spectacular. Or she'll get caught in a weird position, and she'll have to do something absolutely spectacular to get out of that weird position. And she has it in her arsenal. She doesn't want to. Paige Bueckers would be perfectly happy. Paige Bueckers clearly wants to play in a UConn system where they're just going to out-talent everybody else, and she's going to get 20 points by just cutting and shooting open shots and just going through the motions almost. Like, that's the thing. When Paige plays off instinct, we saw it, Oklahoma second half. That version of Paige Bueckers we've not seen in the WNBA for an entire game. And especially down the stretch, because Paige Bueckers has not had one game. There has not been one game that Dallas has won in the clutch this year that Paige Bueckers has played well down the stretch. That's a fact.